All right.
It's about time.
The time for the meeting has arrived. Hold on, let me pull it. I gotta switch my notes. This is where.
Hey guys, isn't it? Hey, hi.
Fuck, where is it?
We're playing D&D together.
We're playing D&D together. So exciting. I'm having so much
Get
fun
ready
already.
for the big time.
Hello, this is Sarah Di Verona, former chair of transmutation. The following is a Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Names, characters, businesses, places, and incidents are either products of the Dungeon Master's imagination or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblances to actual persons living or dead or any actual events are purely coincidental, so sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. You might be wondering how we got here.
What are you doing here? She kind of straightens herself as she still is pointing her crystalline staff at you. She says, I am Glenda Goodwitch III, and you're not supposed to be here. And there is somebody who's kind of staying in the dorms that has been studying some divination. You kind of walk up to him, and his name is Tedley. Apparently he foretold his own death happens in about 2.5 years, maybe.
If you can see it coming, can't you try and avoid it, or is that like a fate thing?
And then, as the sun rises, the world becomes black.
Ends.
Oh boy.
You all hear a scream from everywhere and nowhere. And it only lasts a few minutes, but it's an ear-shattering scream. Wes, roll 2d10 for me.
I would like to thank you, personally, for all the work you have done and all the work you've done for, well, all of us. Apparently, before the United Nations, the society was underground. They're talking about possibly doing that again.
Don't tell me you were going to join.
There is a clear and present danger to all of us, but the United Nations doesn't want to tackle it head on. Some of us have made the executive decision that we are going to tackle it ourselves.
You are being reassigned to a special mission as a special operative in a covert reconnaissance mission. Your mission is to find out who's involved, what their goals are, and to follow them and report back to me. If you wouldn't mind, keep this 100% discreet.
Of course, I wouldn't dream of telling anybody.
He goes, there will be developments coming to you in the future, and I think you need to prepare for them. You know how to use the spirit realm.
Yes.
It is time to teach you how to use it for others.
I just answered one question, and I'm in. And I'm all the way in. Cash and Julie?
All right, so you all make your way to the docks, to this specific location in which the meeting is supposed to occur. You were told to come cloaked, to have your identity masked. What are each of you wearing?
You already know. You already know him in that. The only thing I would be wearing. Next.
I guess similar to what I wore to the wedding.
Like a
no
suit?
tie, top button undone, and cloak wise, I am wearing a Cash isn't necessarily crafty, so he probably fucking bought a cloak like an idiot. You know, he probably bought one off of Etsy.
Okay.
And it got there in time?
Okay. All right.
And it got there just in time. He overnighted that
Okay,
shit.
cool.
And do
All
we
right.
have to wear a mask with
Masquerade.
that? Or like, is it some sort of, yeah.
Just whatever you want to wear to hide your identity.
And then, like, I don't know. He probably like hit up a costume shop and just got like a simple black mask to go over his like eyes, I guess. I don't fucking know.
All right. Zoraing it up. Sure.
Yeah.
Julie, what are you wearing?
I'm assuming she was using a kind of spell that prevents people from recognizing her.
Are you asking for Amber to make you something that lets you
Yes,
not be recognized?
yes, I am.
Okay. She
Yes.
crafts something together very quickly. It's a simple. It's a.
I love
mask.
how Cash has like. I love how Cash goes like his like went to Spirit Halloween and like really fucking went for it and just
Yeah.
Julie's just like
This one.
mask. It's fine.
Spell.
Yeah. She gives you this mask that essentially lets you cast the spell. What's the spell called? Change self or
Alter
something
self.
like that.
Alter self.
Essentially, like you get to alter self. Yes. So you are able to essentially darken all of your features. So it looks like you are wearing like a cloak, and
Very
your
tan.
your features are. Yes.
You
Well,
look
not
like
that.
they cut you out of the footage, like they keyed you out of the footage, but in real life. It's very upsetting to look at.
All of you make your way to this darkened.
Wait, what's Amber wearing, or what's she look like?
She doesn't go with you specifically. She tells you that she has to go separately.
guys. Okay, fine.
As you all make your way to this almost warehouse on the Chicago harbor, you are given a special passcode, which you all present as you walk in. There's like 2 station guards on the outside, cloaked as well, whose faces you cannot see. And as you guys file in, all of you make perception checks.
Oh my god, hold on. New dice, guys. New dice, guys. Watch out.
New dice, who dis? New dice, who dis? 23.
21.
What the fuck? All right. Shit, we're
It's an
doing great
18
today.
plus 5.
17 plus 3. No, 4. 17 plus 4. That's math. Quick maths.
Jesse?
5 plus 4 equals 9.
All right, maybe it's not the dice, Jesse. Desk? New desk?
Maybe.
New desk?
Listen, she might have to warm them up. You know, you never know.
I'm telling the guy who got them for me.
Or just getting.
Just roast Connor.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Wes,
Yeah.
you take in a few of the people who are here at this function. You notice that you could just tell just from like the outlines of people and kind of their style and the way they dress. You see a couple of interesting people. You see Willa is here
Okay.
for some reason. You see a couple more people from the kind of smaller magic works that you've been working on, that kind of network that you've been working with. You see a couple of other people. You do see one cloaked figure that is pretty obvious because they wear the same cloak all the time. You see Taylor is here, and Jordan
Oh,
also
good.
recognizes
I'm glad-
Taylor is here.
I'm glad that she's being discreet.
Doesn't seem to be in her orders forte.
Do I recognize like Taylor or Jordan, or am I just
You
like
rolled a very low perception check, so you don't see anybody, unfortunately. But Wes, you
Got it.
also
Got
notice because you rolled a 23, you notice that there is a kind of darkened silhouette, and it takes you a moment to recognize, but you think, yeah, that's definitely Julie.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that's the illusion chair.
And then you look over again, and like you're still scanning this area, and you see just a guy in a mask, and you're like, oh, that's Cash.
He's just a guy in a mask.
do I recognize Cash?
You would have had to roll a 10 to see Cash,
God
unfortunately,
dang
so you
it.
do not recognize anyone here.
I want to describe this cloak because I have it in my mind's eye now. Brown, like leather, you know, when it has that like oiled texture to it. It's like that. It almost has like a cape on top of the cloak, but it is that, and it does have like a very like structured
Mantle.
mantle.
That's what it
Yeah, has a very structured hood, and yeah, some fucking
Got you.
mask that matches.
Not very discreet.
No, no.
Cash is on some Vampire the Masquerade shit.
Phantom of the Opera
New
masquerade
system.
ball.
Cash, you are also scanning this area. You do not see Jesse, but you do see the silhouette of Guntar, Hans, Greta.
Oh,
They're
my
all
enemies.
here. You do see a familiar cloak that you have to assume is Wes. Otherwise, it's
Yeah,
the Reaper.
I assume I
Doesn't
get
make a
some
lot of
like
sense for that to
pretty
be true.
nasty looks when I get in.
That familial resemblance, man. It'll get ya.
You do get a couple of strange looks. You're not the only one who's wearing kind of a darkened cloak, but just the style of it does appear to be... You're getting a couple of side glances.
A little
more
Reaper.
perceptive.
That's fine.
Like mother, like son.
Is it public knowledge now that
No.
the Reaper is my parent? No?
No.
Okay.
Not quite yet.
Got it. Yet? Uh-oh.
But you all notice as you walk in, there is a stage. You see 7 sections kind of on this stage. The stage is empty. There's no one there. But as everyone kind of files in and people are just kind of making conversation, you guys hear a note. And it's this kind of tone.
Can you tell me what note it is, please?
It is a C sharp, but it's a little out of tune. And as that tone kind of blares out, it gets the attention of everyone in this kind of warehouse area. And you hear a voice kind of whispering out to you. Ladies and gentlemen, Phaetonians, Gaians, humans, and other creatures, welcome. You have been chosen to join us in the new fight against the darkness that presents itself to us today. Welcome to the Society of the Weird and Terrifying.
Title card.
And suddenly you see spectral forms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Boom. Spotlights.
And there's a fog machine.
God damn it.
On the pier. Are we in
Yeah.
a warehouse or are we like on the
Huh?
pier?
You're on the pier in this like warehouse area.
Okay. Wait, and what month is it?
It's like end of February, beginning of March.
Yeah, why do you think I have this oil slick?
And beginning
So
of March.
it's like hella cold.
It's chilly, yeah, for sure. You see 6 spectral forms appear on these podiums, and you see one particularly step forward and go, "We are the previous council to the previous Society of the Weird and Terrifying. However, this is a new chapter in all of our lives. A clear and present danger stands to our new world that we find ourselves in. The previous society lost its way. We worked on half-truths, deceptions, misinformation, or not clear enough information. This new society structure presents a clear and present danger to each and every one of you that stays here today. There is always the possibility that you will be hunted down by PETA and hunters alike, some of you which fall in those ranks yourselves. I understand that some of that is a risk you may not be able to take, but a society cannot work without trust. I would first like to ask, if anyone cannot take on this risk, please leave now. There is still no harm done." And you see a couple people kind of look
Does anyone
at
leave?
each other.
What if we
You don't
just
see
fucked
anyone
with
leave.
O'Neill's campaign and just decided not to do it? We just went, no, fuck you, O'Neill. Cash doesn't want to do
Just
this
left.
anymore. Goodbye.
I can think of at least one instance where that's happened.
That's fair.
Bye-bye.
No one leaves, but people kind of look at each other a little bit uneasy. And this cloaked figure continues. Societies such as this one must work on trust. So we will be transparent. Our goal is not to mislead. Our goal is to save this world, which is in danger, from a foe each and every one of us has encountered at some point in our lives. The Outlands are here, and they are seeking to destroy us. And you see this cloaked figure pull back their hood, and you see that is Jack Fisher. He goes, "I am the eldest chair of the society, Jack Fisher, chair of necromancy." And then you see another cloaked figure pull back their hood, and she goes, "I am second senior chair, Sarah Di Verona, chair of transmutation." And you see others beginning to pull back their hoods now. You see Amber pull back her hood. She goes, "I am the chair of evocation, Amber Scorch." And you see another person pull back their hood. And there's a gasp that comes from the audience as you see Mr. AZ pull back his hood and reveal himself.
You son of a bitch. It's about time.
And he goes, I am Chair of Illusion, Mr. AZ. And there's like a gasp, and like a couple people clap for some reason. No one's
Legal
quite
name?
sure.
Legal name AZ. First name A, last name
His
Z.
legal name, first name Mr., last name AZ.
Well, you assume that people know who this very famous pop guitarist is.
Well.
Then you see another person.
The
pull
fact
back
that
their
he's
hood.
using his stage name is...
That's what most people would know him as. You see another person pull back their hood.
Complete transparency.
Complete
remember.
transparency. You see another person pull back their hood. And it's the speaker. And she goes...
Oh, Lord.
I am new to this council. I previously was the speaker. I am your chair of enchantment, Laura Monroe.
Holy
Wow,
shit.
she gets a name now.
It's about time.
Which chair is she?
Chair of enchantment. And then you see another person pull back their hood. And it comes as a little bit of a shock to you three, specifically. She pulls back her hood, and she goes, I am the chair of abjuration, Glenda Goodwitch III. And you hear another murmur kind of go throughout.
Oh my god.
You're not my real
Throughout the
abjuration
crowd now.
chair.
As people begin murmuring in hushed tones, is that a good witch? Is that the good witch? Kind of murmuring throughout
Is
themselves.
that a good one?
And finally, you see clawed fingers reach up and pull back a hood, and you see a familiar dragonborn face.
Yeah.
And he goes, I am Tedley Gorkchuk. He says something in Draconic that means
Oh god.
Fire Fang. And he goes, I am Chair of Divination. And after all the cloaks are pulled back, everyone's kind of murmuring amongst themselves for a moment.
We're just like, screw technomancy, that they don't get a chair anymore. They're on timeout.
Doesn't seem like.
You know who would be a really good chair of technomancy? Yeah, he's
Yeah,
in a
I
fucking
do.
box somewhere.
I'm working on it, okay? I'm like that's like literally one of the things I'm
That's one of my
doing.
side quests.
As the murmuring continues, you see that one of these pillars is still blank. And you see Jack address the society and goes, there is still much to reveal to the society, and we will attempt to do it in piecemeal. But first, it's important to discuss the clear and ever-present danger to our world. He gives a nod to Mr. AZ, who does a flourish with his hands, and you see the world, the new world that you are living on. You haven't seen images from space yet of the new world. That's been a project NASA's been working on, but because of some of the changes to the world, it's been a little bit harder to get a rocket ship out into space, and the space station has been decommissioned. The world's bigger, at least from what you can tell.
And this is where O'Neill shows us the new logo for season 2.
This is also where I cry inside because that's so sad. They had to abandon the entire ISS. It's so sad.
The world's bigger than you remember it being. There is shifting auras or something going around it. You're not sure if it's a spell specifically or if this is an accurate representation of the world. The poles
It's a Mercator projection.
are bigger. They stretch further down, but the continents are still in their relative positions.
So it really is a Mercator projection.
As the world spins, you see 2 moons circling the Earth. And as the
Nice.
Planet, it's essentially like zooming out of this planet. And as it zooms out a little bit more, there's another brightly glowing orb circling our world in this diagram. And Jack goes, this is the best representation of our new world, Terra, that we've been able to construct. There are still unknowns. You see the world spin and zoom in on a part of Eastern Asia that is kind of gray and fogged out right now, and then it spins again, and there's a part on the northern hemisphere that's just gone. and it spins again, and there's like different pockets of the world unfilled right now. And Jack continues, and he goes, "But that is not our current danger." Then suddenly the image shakes, and suddenly it is pierced through. It's pierced through by these black beams of darkness. And as it's pierced through 8 times, skewering different parts of the world. And one of them kind of pierces through the world, but then kind of goes on, like doesn't necessarily go through the world. And Jack goes, 8 portals have made themselves apparent on our world. These are portals to the Outlands. We're not quite sure why or how these have appeared, but we assume that since the buffer of Phaeton has been taken away from us, and the planet kind of zooms out again, and you see you see that glowing orb kind of circling the Earth, and then it zooms out a little bit more, and you see further off like a ball of water. And then we zoom out a little bit more, and there's like a ball of air. And Jack goes, "The 2 suns. It is not a sun. When the worlds were merged, they weren't merged perfectly. The different planes of Phaeton were not able to merge with ours. They are incompatible. The plane of fire is not a second sun. Our second moon is the plane of Earth. Further out, the planes of water and wind orbit us and hang precariously in the balance. 3 months ago," and you see the image get a little bit darker, and suddenly that rotating ball of wind starts becoming strangled in darkness. "Something is coming. Whatever controls the Outlands, whatever is out there, is coming." And you see those black projections on the Earth now make like a map on the globe. "These are what is driving it directly to us. There was information given to us during when the society was still functioning. A Shalderon had apparently come upon an item that was able to manipulate and control passages to the Outlands." And you see him turn his hand. And in his hand is this dark green and red multiplanar shape. "Through some doing, we were able to procure this item. It is called the Icosagon." Tyler, can you go to Kai's room for me?
What?
Kai has something for you.
You, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
What? A plant?
You fucking traitor.
What?
O'Neill says to go to your room.
I really hope Kai has no idea what's
Wait,
going
if you
on.
gave him a physical prop, that'd be I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh.
You want to show it to the class?
You're gonna have to like post a photo of this on the Twitter or whatever.
Hey.
A
It's a large
very
D20.
squishy D20. Squishy,
a
large,
very
green
large D20.
With like bloody red numbers.
He says, "This is the first of 2. Unfortunately, the Paranormal Investigation and Defense Agency has the other. These items can close these openings to the Outlands. There's other work to be done. These portals have been open too long. Beings are beginning to leak onto our world. You will each, if you so choose, be assigned to teams, been giving support, and will be working out these various missions. Closing portals, discovering what the Outlands are." And you see in the center of these 7 pillars another form appear. Cloaked, Wes in a familiar cloak. And she pulls back the cloak now, and it's this elven woman. Wes, you
Grandma?
recognize her, obviously. She goes, "I am still a little bit out of date. I came from the Outlands." And you hear murmuring kind of coming from throughout the crowd around you now. She puts up a hand. "Our ideas of what they are, what they can do, what the Outlands encompasses, we do not have the full story. Whatever The Outlands are... It is multiple. It is many. Many different worlds, some relating to our own, reflecting those on Gaia, others pure darkness, chaos, destruction. The Outlands, the beings of darkness that encroach on our world, want one thing: to consume it. I did not spend 6 years in the Outlands to let that happen.
And suddenly there's like a swell of emotion, and some people like begin like shouting out, and some people begin clapping, and some people begin like just chattering amongst themselves. And you see the speaker kind of getting ready to say something, and then realizing that's not really her place. And you see the cloaked woman kind of raise a hand again, and the crowd kind of quiets down.
We will defend this world. The society failed in defending the previous. We will not let this one fall.
She takes a step back, and Jack takes a step forward and goes,
some of you may know, Tedley, the divination chair, was prohibited from taking over the spot of divination chair because of a certain future he read. It was his own demise. We have come to a new conclusion. That was not his demise. That was all of ours.
And there's a dead silence that goes over the crowd.
We have 18 months to close these portals, or else our world falls. And there are agents of darkness and chaos that would love to see that happen. Society, stand fast. Be ready. It is time to move forward.
Then you see him kind of take a nervous breath and say,
lastly, we here are going to be true, honest, and transparent. And there is one grave sin that we were not transparent about enough.
And you see a image kind of appear. It's a static image appear in that blank pillar spot. A cloaked figure of the Reaper.
This is like especially awkward because you said Wes resembles her right now.
Yeah.
Yes. So you actually, Wes, you do see a couple of glances back and forth between you and this silhouetted figure.
The 25th chair of conjuration, Emily Barrett.
You see him take another breath, and he actually like searches the crowd and finds you, Wes, and kind of gives you a nod.
She did not die or disappear. Her memories were wiped and she was imprisoned. She escaped that prison and assumed the form of the Reaper.
And there's like a large gasp that goes through the crowd, and people are kind of murmuring amongst themselves. And a couple people, like, you see one person in particular begins like kind of trying to work their way towards you, Wes. And you see in the back your grandmother like raise another hand, and the crowd kind of begins to quiet down. And he goes,
the works of the Reaper, as some of you may know, were not entirely her own. The former enchantment chair, William R. Fatris, concocted a reality in which the sins of the Reaper were being forced or manipulated. She does not have a clean record. She has killed some of your own friends and families, and that should not go unpunished. However, conjuration is a chair that is necessary for our society structure. A powerful seat that needs filled, and no one else is more capable. She has been captured by the Paranormal Investigation and Defense Agency and is being held in a maximum security prison in Boston, which just so happens to be where our first discovery of one of the portals to the Outlands lie. We will be sending a special operatives team to do the following. Primarily, close the portal to the Outlands using this icosagon. Secondarily, recovering the current chair of conjuration that is being held in captivity.
And thirdly, and you see another image of an icosagon floating kind of in the middle of the air.
Recovering a second icosagon so our work can be done twice as quickly. We cannot specifically let you know which special operatives team will be taking care of this mission. But,
and he scans the...
But I know, we all know who the main characters in this room are.
He goes,
It's the one wearing a costume shop mask.
So rude.
they are the sole reasons why we are all here today. We will be letting you know your teams and your assignments soon, if you so choose to join us. Please, help us save the world. Society, Godspeed. And the silhouettes disappear. And people begin
We're shipping him to Boston.
filing
to find
out.
Wes's mom.
Hello, this is your DM here. DM obviously stands for Ding Mong. I gotta start coming up with better ones. Hey, thanks so much for listening to this episode of You Might Be Wondering How We Got Here. If you like what we do and you like how we do it, go and tweet about the show using the hashtag YMBW, or share the show using the hashtag YMBW, or, rate us 5 stars on iTunes, Google Play, wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll use the name of the show, like Laura Monroe for Laura M on Twitter. Thanks so much for shooting about the show and sharing the show with all your friends and loved ones and friends and friends and friends. We are back on track for releasing. Apologies for this sort of late Saturday, I think probably is this when this is going up. Had some hard drive issues, but we are back on track to the bi-weekly schedule, more or less. These episodes will be coming out bi-weekly, and we're having a great time over here. Thanks again to Roby, our editor. She does the editing. She cuts up the episodes, cuts out all the annoying pauses, and then I go in and I put in all the sound design and music and whatnot, and we are a great team together. If you like what we do and you want to support our team, go to patreon.com/YMBW podcast, where you can join one of our tiers. We got bonus content. We got a whole bunch of special stuff on there for you guys. And I think we'll be putting up a How We Got Here coming up soon, I think. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, we do have a How We Got Here. I think that might be coming out a little bit later, though, because it might be ahead of schedule. But thanks so much for listening to this episode. I'll let you get back into this episode right now.
All right. Do any of you guys do anything like in this moment specifically?
Does it seem like this was the entire purpose of the meeting and then we get to dip? Or is there going to be
more or
more
less
stuff happening? I'm out. Bye-bye.
All right. You head out. Wes or Julie, you guys doing anything?
I think I head out too.
What did just... Oh, I was going to say, I stopped Julie on the way out.
Okay. Yeah. Wes, you see Julie leaving the meeting, and you walk over to her.
Julie.
I'm sorry, you are?
It's Wes.
Oh.
Sorry. Let's walk. I have a safer place we can talk. I go around the corner and draw a circle, and we go home. Julie agrees to go back to my place.
Yeah, I do.
Counterspell.
I learned magic while you were training the play.
When we flash back in to my house, apartment, I don't know, I take off the hood. Look, I feel like...
You just leave Jordan? No, I'm assuming you
Oh, yeah, no, Jordan's there. Jordan leaves. Hey, Jordan, this is a private moment. Do you mind?
Yeah, I will go eat the nothing we have in the fridge.
I should also specify...
You didn't eat at the meeting? They had little finger sandwiches.
It was not enough. I'm a growing man.
Why don't you get a job and get your own damn food and quit mooching off of me?
Whatever.
He's going through his rebellious
He
phase.
to the kitchen.
I guess the demon inside him thirsts for more food. Anyway.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
Julie's gaping at you.
For two.
There's a demon in him?
I don't know. I haven't really figured it out. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, I don't know if it's a demon. It could be like an elder god or something, but, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Look, Julie, my point is I think it's fairly obvious that Yumi and Cash are being sent on this mission. And I feel like things have been awkward between us for a while now, and I just wanted to clear the air.
Are you sure they would send you? Or us? Because we have a personal connection.
Julie, come on. This is SWAT.
As you say that, actually, Julie, 2 letters just pop, pop.
I just give Julie a look that's like, you didn't think it was going to be us. Come on.
Does one of them, what do they say on the letters?
Julie, Wes.
Okay, I'm going to open my letter.
Cash, you at the same time, as soon as you're driving home and a letter just
No, please don't. It
appears.
just pops in front of his
Crashes
face
his
and he screams.
Oh no, not my beautiful Cadillac Escalade. No, I returned that car. It's fine. Okay, and re-center myself in the lane, and then I wait until I get home like a responsible driver.
Sure. Wes and Julie, you guys can continue your conversation.
Yeah.
What's the letter say?
Oh.
Whatever. Yeah.
Wes, your letter says, "This is a formal letter to join the Society of the Weird and Terrifying. If you so choose, you will be allowed a team, provisions, and a mission to help save the world." And then there's like a little, like a spot where it's like a square, and there's like a spot for your thumb to go on this letter.
Like I said, this is a formal letter. This is an informal text. It's
Check
inviting
yes
you
or
to go
no.
to Jimmy John's with me.
So what do you guys do?
Everyone says the same thing?
Yours says the same thing, but again, it's a square that you just could put something.
Well,
I put my thumb on the square.
I also put my thumb on the square.
You put your thumb on the square, it pricks you, and a little bit of blood comes onto the piece of paper, just a tiny spot of blood, like the amount you would need if you were taking like a diabetic thumb test. And as the blood kind of fills that square, the paper begins folding out quickly, just folding and folding and folding and folding until it's essentially like a large stack of manila envelopes that then plummet down to the ground.
No.
Great. Thank God I didn't open it in the car.
And
All right. Cool. Back to the paperwork. Love it. Love
Well,
it. New SWAT, everybody.
Looks like I have a lot of stuff to go through. I don't know what there is to say. We'll do our jobs.
I want you to know that you can trust me out there. I know that
I do trust you.
I just wanted to clear that up.
I've always trusted you.
Good. I trust you too, Julie. I just didn't want anybody else in charge of these missions. And anyway, I can send you somewhere normal, I guess. I
put the stack of files I have to go through into my bag of holding.
okay.
I guess just bring me to the... Can you teleport me to, like, the bean or something?
can I? No, I can't.
Do you have a spell that can do that?
I don't. I can kind of go here, and that's... I guess it's kind of a one... I'm sorry, I didn't think this through. I'll pay for a taxi.
I should have told you this too, Wes. Sarah lets you look at her circle.
Okay.
So you do have that now.
I mean, I can
Sarah's
send you to
house.
Sarah's house. I don't know where it was, but I'll pay for a taxi.
Wes, you kind of open the first, like, smaller manila envelope, and you pull out the piece of paper, and it says your team, and then has a picture of Julie, Cash, and you.
Wait, I got that?
Dream
Or
team.
Julie got that?
Back together on a whirlwind
You
adventure.
get that.
Does that
You
mean
just
I'm the
open your
leader
folder.
We
now?
all get that.
Oh, we all get that. Okay. I was supposed to be like, your team. I'm the captain now.
Cash, you get home. You prick your thumb, and
And you get
just this
inundated
giant
with paperwork.
stack of paperwork just falls.
On the coffee table. Ah, shit. Oh, it fell on the pizza plate.
no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, one of them's a little
Oh,
grease
you said
stained.
you'd stop bringing work home with you.
Sorry,
Yeah,
honey.
Kumi actually goes, what's that all about?
So the society's back,
Okay,
and I'm on a mission with Wes and Julie to go get the Reaper back.
Just like old time.
right.
You know, classic investigations team stuff.
Oh yeah, what's our new title? What's our, like, team name? Does it have, like...
You don't have one.
So,
You
what?
can choose one.
Oh, okay.
Right. Cash, I want you to be careful, okay?
Well, I mean, it can't get much worse. And then I kind of gesture at my fucked up face.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Be careful, okay?
I will.
He gives you a nod. Do you crack into your envelopes?
Let's crack it.
Okay. You begin opening up. Do you all go through your folders?
Sign,
Yes.
initial here,
Absolutely
sign here, I assume.
Nope. No paperwork to
Oh,
sign. It's a
really?
lot of
penalty of death.
diagrams. Like a lot of diagrams. Your mission, if you so choose.
We've already accepted it.
You have already accepted it. You will go to Jack, who, Wes, you have been given a teleportation sigil. He has specific items that might help you. He has a few of the untested, chosen items that he was still able to hold on to. And you will go those. And then they have written out certain schematics for how you can get inside this maximum security prison. It was built on top of the ruined commons. And the
Just like Boston to destroy green space for development.
Well, you guys technically destroyed the green space.
We destroyed it.
And the outlandish portal just seemed to appear in the same spot. So they have built another maximum security prison around the outlandish portal. And there's no real way to approach this area without being discovered. So Boston has an underground sewer system. They have charted out a map for you all to go under the sewer system into the ruined previous plant base and then up into the actual security facility. And you have 3 objectives. 1, to recover the Reaper. 2, to recover the second Icosagon. And 3, to close the outlandish portal. So, do you guys contact each other? What are you guys doing?
I have a question for
I
you.
set up a
Neil.
win to
In
me.
Yeah,
You don't have that, so can't touch your computer.
when one of the people was speaking, they said recover the current chair of conjuration. Have they? Does that mean they've reinstated Emily Barrett?
Oh, yeah, sorry. One more thing. Wes, in your manila file packet, there are 2 sealed vials.
Okay.
One of which
Oh.
has a slight
okay.
crack down the side of it.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Understood. Say no more.
So, you all are told to meet with Jack to retrieve your chosen items and prepare yourselves.
I meet with Jack.
So do we all just meet up at
let's
Jack's, or do we
Jack's.
meet up beforehand?
Jack is in New York, so he did give you, Wes, specifically a teleportation sigil. Unless you guys want to go on a road trip.
Well, everyone meet
use
up at
the-
my house. Oh, everyone meet up at my house.
No. I'm going there myself because Amber has a teleporty thing to New York, so
That's
I'll use
fair.
her thing.
All right.
So, Cash, you go to Wes's.
I had to pay for fucking airfare? Yeah. Okay.
You
Yes, I
all
go to Wes's.
communicate
Hey,
that
bud, let's go.
you all communicate that you are going to Jack's. So, you all prepare yourselves. Julie, you just ask Amber to send you. You 2 go with Wes. You all eventually meet up at Jack's facility. It's a pretty barren office, kind of on the outskirts of the Bronx. Julie, you've seen a little bit of Amber's office. Nothing in comparison. Like, this is so bland and so basic. It's almost a little bit of a disgrace. But as you guys appear, Jack goes, come on. You're not really supposed to be here, so let's get this over quickly. He says a couple of magic words, and 2 hands reach up from under the ground and push up these different crates. And he goes, all right, these were the only chosen items we were able to recover. They haven't really been tested, so be careful, but they might be able to help you. The fate system is still in place, so just, again, be careful. I need all of you to roll a d6 for me.
A D6 moving up in the
New.
world.
We changed the way
Ooh,
it works.
D6.
At one point, I came up with a crappy magical item for O'Neill to add to the table. I completely
There's a
forget
couple
what
of
it
them.
was.
A
That was
6.
a
Is that a 6, Jesse?
I also
Holy
rolled a
shit.
6.
Oh, yeah!
You rolled a 5. Okay.
I rolled a 5.
Very great. Very nice. Very good. Very nice. Wow. Really good. Okay. Interesting. All right. Who do I want to do first? Cash, you rolled a 5.
I'm really feeling it.
Cash, you are just rummaging through these boxes. Jack had a little bit of a hurried tone in your voice, so you're just trying to find something that might be useful to you. And you're running through this box of things, and you just see like this like this wallet almost, and you kind of open it up just because you're curious and you're trying to look for something. You open it up,
Infinite
and
money.
there's just like this blank piece of paper in it, and you're a little bit confused as to like why there's this like just random blank piece of paper in this wallet, and you kind of show it around, like you're just kind of like you toss it kind of up, and then you like look at it again, and it has your driver's license on it, and you're like, well, that's weird. So you like look at it again, and it just turns back into a blank piece of paper, and you show it to Wes. Wes, you see Cash's driver's license just on this piece of paper, and you kind of come to the realization. Jack goes, "Oh, that's actually really good. That's psychic paper. You can it can produce any kind of credentials that you need." So when using psychic paper, you can, instead of having to roll a deception check, you can instead someone to roll a DC 19 insight or investigation check to determine whether or not you're telling the truth about your credentials. So you can impersonate whoever you want.
Yeah. I changed mine to a Hawaii license plate. My name is McLovin.
Wes, you rolled a 6.
Yeah, you can do Julie next if you want.
No, Julie's is the best.
No, do Wes first.
Wes, you rolled a 6. You are digging into this box, and you're not really finding anything, so you move over to this other box, and you're finding like a lot of techno stuff that just sparks and kind of shoots off whenever you touch it. So you're a little bit nervous to go in, but you like move this one thing, and suddenly just popping up out of the ground or out of this box is just this like glowing green mushroom, and it's just like floating there in the air.
And you're like, heck
And Jack
yeah.
goes, I thought they would have taken that one. Well, Wes, if you want, I'm assuming you can probably use it. It's a second life mushroom. You can consume it. You can wait to consume it. It gives you a second chance at life. So just be careful with that, and don't waste it.
Ye of little faith.
Yes.
I don't plan on jumping off of any bridges anytime soon. But
Well,
sure.
if you need to, you have a second chance. So, and Julie, you are looking through all of these boxes, and you are just not finding anything. You've been looking for like 10 minutes, and nothing's really speaking to you. And so you're looking in this last box, and still, like, nothing in this box you really want. It's like nothing is really calling to you. And then you kind of take a moment, and you dump everything out of this box and take a look at the.
I take the box.
You take a look at the box, and it's a nice box.
It's a hella nice box.
You guys are like looking at your new items, kind of examining
This box
them.
is tight.
Julie, you like kind of just look up at the box and kind of just like put it over you for a second, and suddenly you guys just like forgot Julie was even there for a moment. Before Julie, you pick up the box, and suddenly Julie's just there.
I have to pick up a whole freaking box.
And a fucking solid snake box.
And Jax goes, "Oh shit! They left this one. Wow, you guys really found the good stuff." Julie, that's a box of hiding. It's very nice. It helps you with hiding, and like it's very quick to hide, and it's not really noticeable, even though it's a box. Not quite sure how it works. Again, it's outlandish in nature.
How large is
So
the box?
the box can fold to be about 3 feet, but when you unfold it completely, it's about 5 feet.
So I have to like
Yes.
crouch.
Like Snake.
Do I go in the box or do I hold the box
You
up
go
over
in
my
the
head?
box, like Snake. It is from the Metal Gear Solid franchise.
Okay.
But it's a box of hiding,
Okay.
which means you get plus
Okay.
10 to stealth, and you can use your bonus action to hide.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good shit.
Very good and powerful.
All right.
Psychic paper, son of a bitch.
So, what do you guys want to do to prepare for your mission? And then I have a final thing.
Well, we need to have a meeting, first of all.
Okay? You may do so.
They gave us the plans to break in, yeah?
They gave
Right?
you the route to break
Yeah.
in. They didn't necessarily know what challenges you might face.
Got it. Cool. I don't know what there is to plan, guys. What do you think?
Well, I could try to find out what cell
That would be useful.
she's in.
That could be good.
Do you think there's anything in the old plant that might be able to help us?
I mean, it is the
Since
old
we have
plant.
to go through there anyway.
Isn't that we're going up through the basement there?
Yeah, so
Yeah, we're going up through the
he's
plant.
saying,
to
is
get
there
to
anything
the
that we can
prison.
take?
Yeah. Who knows if there's a tiny colony of little plant monsters.
Oh yeah,
down
good point. I don't know. Fertilizer? Like what? I don't know.
Giant panda.
Yeah, giant panda. Maybe the giant panda ate all of them. I don't know.
It would be worth taking a look down there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll see if I can drag up any files on the plant.
Do it.
I'll
This
let
is
you guys
also
know.
the portion where you can go buy all of your items. There's not really any SWAT shops. There is the Hunter store, which essentially is just a Bass Pro shop, but for magic. So Cash, you
Awful. I hate
you can go
everything
buy
about it.
certain spell scrolls and certain magical items. Julie, you have the full arsenal of PETA, and Wes, you're just kind of there's some underground
I
stuff you
can't
might be
go.
able to get.
I mean,
and
I could have
Wes
people
was
buy
there
stuff
too.
for me.
Sure.
In fact, that's what I do. I make sure I'm stocked up on chalk and essentials, essential oils. Very important for magic.
Well, you know where to get those, so.
Today's the day. Today's the day I'm getting my grappling hook.
Before you guys leave, Jack goes, Cash, I heard that you possibly can use the spirit realm.
I heard that you walked out of the meeting and immediately told the first person you saw.
I heard you're a fucking rat. Yeah.
It might behoove you all to take a dip.
Cash, what's this about the spirit realm?
Yeah, so over the past year, I have learned how to channel the spirit realm by myself.
Interesting.
No tanks
Interesting.
needed. And I can do it with other folks as well. So it might be a good idea to pop in and check on everybody. See how we're all doing in the past, which will tell us the future. So if you guys want to do that beforehand, let me know. And I will...
You guys are dead in the spirit realm.
I mean, we could always go
Not
back in time.
necessarily.
It's not like a linear time thing, I don't think.
Nor do we have to inhabit those spirit avatars.
Oh.
Yeah. It gets a little weird. So, I jumped into some ghost hunters once. That was cool. But, whatever you guys want to do. It might be a good idea. I might just do it anyway. But if you want to...
Yeah, sounds like there might be some juicy plot nugs in there. Let's do it.
Yeah, swing by my place. I have all my, incense and stuff, and we can do that. It's kind of a process.
All right. You guys plan for that. And as you guys disperse from your meeting plans, you guys can just... I'll send you guys for the next episode. We'll just do the buying of the specific items. Let's just end on this hook here. And I think it's fine if you guys listen to this one. Julie, you leave this meeting with Wes and Cash, and you find your way to the PETA offices. And you walk into General Malot's office.
Mm-hmm.
And as you shut the door, his chin is resting on his hands. And he goes, if you wouldn't mind, let's discuss what you found out at that meeting.
Of course, sir.
You fucking
Narky rat.
Ass motherfucker.
Filthy fucking
You
rat.
narc.
How fucking
You
dare you?
what the
You
fuck?
fucking rat.
You said I just
Still, I opened up emotionally and it came back to bite me in the ass. I'm so angry.